Greetings in Compass Academy. My name is Ming Cham Nguyen. I am privileged to serve as the founding principal of our beloved school. In 2001, when the design team came together to start dreaming our school, before we even had a name, we knew that we had some guiding principles to start with, and we were planning for a school to exist within a physical structure where the children can touch the grass, can be in physical community with one another in a classroom or an assembly, and can support each other's learning right there next to each other. This is not that time. But what we know is that the foundation of our school, the vision, our approach to education, our guiding principles are timeless. And as long as we ground ourselves in that, as long as we continue to believe that all children are good and that they deserve guidance to make appropriate choices, and that all children can do important and powerful things when given the opportunity to fully develop within the school day. And that school day now is in deep partnership, in very open partnership, and very immediate partnership with you as the teaching and learning is going on. We teach our students that they have the power and responsibility to respect, care, and persevere. So as adults, I'm also trying to work with our staff to lead by our learning, to lead by my own failures, because the things that we're trying, we're making it up as we're going, and we build on the things we know to be true, which, like I said, has been our vision and the foundation of how we approach education. We believe that education starts with the self, and it's guided by family, engaged in community, and rooted in the ancestors. Our village doesn't need walls, okay? But we still can experience love and joy and connection through the virtual home visits, which your teachers are going to be having with you or have already begun with you. We may not know all the rhythms and cycles of what a virtual learning time together for, whether it's a month or 2 months or longer. I cannot rely on the 15 years of school leadership experience that I have to predict how next week or next month is going to look like. But I have, as I said, the foundations of what good teaching and learning is, and that starts with connection and community and students being seen and people feeling that they have a voice, being able to take risks in their learning and to take feedback. And when you make a mistake or when you fail, that you go right back up and you use that growth mindset to get better every day, because that's all we have. But to do that, we know that the pandemic of racism, the pandemic of COVID-19, all that impacts us at various degrees in intensity. And each day to get up, to make breakfast, to be there ready on the Zoom meeting on time with your children is already sometimes just too much. For some of you, you just need someone to take it over. For others of you, you're just loving the extra time with your child. And for some of you, you're just irritated that you don't even see your child's teacher enough, but for 30 minutes or so. And I have to tell you that the teachers, even when they're not on screen with your child, they are planning, they are learning, they are preparing, they are collaborating, they are following up one-on-ones and with family members, getting them on to the tech, teaching them how to support their child. And you and I, we didn't go to school doing school this way. Imagine the teachers are learning how to teach in this way as they're learning how to be in this new way. So I'm doing my best to support our community of learners, of adults, and that I want you to know that I need you to be a part of that community of learners, of adults, and give the feedback and the support to our faculty during or after lessons. If the sound is an issue or the lesson is too confusing, we need for you to have grace and compassion in how you hold us in community as well, because the village doesn't need walls, but we can still be connected with one another. my family came here escaping Vietnam. And my dad was a political prisoner. And the idea of freedom is something that we left Vietnam for. We sought freedom and democracy by leaving in a boat with everything we had that we could wear on our bodies and sought freedom. I acknowledge that as a Vietnamese American refugee who comes here to benefit my family and I, who benefit from the democracy, imperfect as it is, has been formed on and developed and earned on the backs of our indigenous brothers and sisters, on the backs of our African American brothers and sisters. And so when we talk about educating the whole child, I understand that the end game is not just about passing the grade level test. I understand that we must couple it with a deep yearning and commitment and understanding of what it takes to have liberation and freedom that starts first with self, that starts first with the mindset that we cannot wait for the economy to change, we cannot wait for COVID-19 to be over to find our own liberation, to help our children develop themselves as readers, as speakers, as writers, mathematicians, and thinkers. That work starts first with our mindset, and that our ancestors have found a way out of no way, and that our children have that legacy in them. And I commit to you that the Encompass Academy Village, we're not going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes. But we need you to be in it with us to help us get better every day. Progress over perfection is what I tell my team. We need you to be a mirror for us, and we for you. We need you to give us the clues on what's happening with your child, because we are not always able to see that when we can't see your child in the screen on Zoom. We ask for your patience and your compassion, and we also want your urgency. I'm going to hold town halls this year. Your classroom teachers are holding weekly family meetings. We're going to do weekly materials distribution. We will hold workshops to support you with the technology. We are here for you. And so I ask you to stay with us. I ask you to trust us. And when it doesn't look like we're meeting your needs, I ask you to help us develop to be a better Encompass Academy. Thank you so much for your time and for your trust.